right, game's on. How have you been, bro?
I'm doing great, man. I'm trying to stay in the shape before I go back to China. Uh,
Flying
the
to China?
season here, you said what?
You're planning to fly into China?
Yeah, but like when the Chinese government allowed foreigners to enter the country. Right now, I'm not able
Okay. So how have you been?
to.
Like, did you
And
have fun during the lockdown?
yes, so like here it wasn't the full lockdown like 24/7 go outside. It was like some certain time in the day you can go outside, but you still gotta practice social distancing and all that. But anyway, like it wasn't the full lockdown. Full lockdown over the weekends. So like from Friday Monday at 5 a.m. Like it's full lockdown, so you cannot go outside at all.
Right, that's what I'm
But
talking about. So
during the
during the most serious like period, did you break any rules to the gyms or basketball courts that were closed?
so like I was court in front of my building. It was outside open court, but I was by myself. Like like you could go outside, but all that practice social distancing and all that. So in during the most critical moments, like you couldn't enter the courts at all. Like wasn't it like it doesn't matter if the court is outside or not. Like if
Yeah.
the gym or the court outside, you cannot go.
Gotcha. So, we have seen the images, like, the rims are locked, with iron chains, and some of the rims were even torn down. So what was the, control measures, back then during the most serious period?
It was the army and the police, the, the streets. They were checking everybody, like the people 5 years old. They couldn't go outside at all because they're like they couldn't go outside at all. So they're checking and all that. If they see like the bigger groups, like they will go there and like like just tell them be like to stay at the distance and to to go home and try to understand the situation and try to be at home as much as possible.
Right, right. So, as of like, June 14th, 2020, like, just a few days ago, Serbia has confirmed like 12,310 cases of COVID-19. There are still 545 active cases. So when was the most like, serious time, and how did it affect your life?
I would say I would say some
April, like mid-April?
beginning of April was the for me it was the most serious. Like the uh, time was April, the biggest and all by the government, like go out, like the whole week, all that. It was the April and the beginning of the May.
Okay, how did it affect your life? Like, you were quarantined at home, right? What did you do up there?
So I was practicing at the home. I was in my apartment in the lifting program and all that. Like in my apartment, I was running down the stairs,
Huh.
uh, doing jumper, uh, doing push-ups, all that. So I was trying to like stay as much shape as possible.
Yeah, look at you guys, like, without any equipment, yeah, running stairs and doing push-ups, definitely those things will be the top, working regimes for us to work on. So,
And everything was open. again, it was easier to get back in. I get back in the shape 5 days because like I was doing all that every day. Anyway, you don't have much to do when you're locked in
Yeah,
your like anyway. It
that's right.
wasn't me like you think there's 5 or 6 of them. There were one person who was like 60 years old. He was like walking up the stairs. Like people were stay active as much. Even dad is big, like 120 kilos man. He was doing some. He asked me to exercise. He do anything.
Okay. All right. That was like sounds fun story, like, helping out people during the lockdown. And then also you were able to kind of like, working out at the same time. I think that'd be fantastic. So is there anyone who has tested positive for the COVID-19?
Actually, I don't know anybody.
Okay.
I don't. I know that my friend tested positive, but she lives in France,
Okay.
so she was there and she tested positive there. But in Serbia, heard, uh, my, my friend tested positive, but as soon as I'm like as soon as I meet her in the street, I will ask her everything like that because I'm a little curious, but like what's the symptoms like and like what is the like with COVID-19?
All right. All right. So you're in the gym now. So the gyms and fitness centers and basketball courts in Serbia are all open now?
Like yes, definitely. Yes.
Are you a big fan of like salmon or seafood?
Who?
Are you a big fan of like salmon, like the fish, the raw fish?
Oh no, definitely not.
Definitely not. All right, good for you. So,
That
Beijing has been, going through the second wave of the COVID-19 outbreak since the last Friday, and the virus was found in imported salmon and the seafood. So the entire markets have been shut down for months.
uh oh my god, that would be tough. That would be really hard.
Yeah, but you're not a big fan of fish, but you're a
That,
big fan of meat.
yes, definitely. Like the chicken meat, especially.
All right. So, we know that you have a lot of friends and teammates back in China. So, are you guys still in touch?
Yes, of course, of course. Actually, one of my friends, I call him Jumper, like the guy who jumps like high.
Yeah.
He's in the national team right now.
Really?
National team of China.
What's his name?
Uh, I call him Jumper.
Okay.
He has a little bit tough name for me to remember, so he told me to call him Jumper.
All right. Previously, like, China sent a team of specialists and with medical staff, like, masks and protective suits and ventilators to Serbia in the late March. So, do you think, the help from
Oh,
China worked well in Serbia? And have you received any kind of like medical assistance, like masks from the government?
Uh, definitely. Like it was all over the news that Chinese brothers send us everything we need, and they like you guys really took care of us. Like we are a much smaller country, so like everything you sent was like of big of huge assistance to the whole country. So our president uh, did a great job to stay like in great relationship with the China, and China really helped us a lot. Like China really took care of us.
Great to hear, man. Great to hear. So, like, you personally receive any kind of like medical assistance from the government?
Yes, it's, the face masks and the what was the gloves,
The gloves,
yeah,
yeah,
right?
surgical gloves.
That, like all that like received my at least my family in my building was like free donation like
That's great, man.
from the yes, yes, that was a really big help. Like in the tough situation, that was a really big help.
Okay. So have you, received any tests for COVID-19? What I'm saying is like, is it like complimentary or voluntary, or anyone who has the symptoms with the COVID-19, like they will be like forced, they will be mandatory to receive the test, or like,
Yes, to take the test. My friend took the test because he's a professional football player, and he needed to go in Slovakia
right.
to play football. Like it was like 3 weeks ago, and he needed to take a test before he leave the country.
Right. So was he covered by the government? Was the bill paid by the government, or he has to cover on his own?
I think he paid for himself. I think I think that the bill is paid by the government at the beginning of the COVID-19 when everybody needed to be tested. But right now, because he doesn't have a COVID-19 or any symptoms, he what he needs is just the confirmation that he doesn't have that, so he can leave the country.
Right.
So as soon as he was in that situation, he was told that he has to pay for himself
Gotcha.
because
Gotcha.
otherwise he wouldn't take the test.
Okay. So Serbian government also released, several policies regarding, tax measures or economic stimulus measures. Any policy for sports specifically?
So like yes, so all sports was like at the break pause for the in the critical moments. And like a week ago, they said that 3x3 can start,
Hmm.
and the football league can start.
Okay.
And actually, it was like the football game was like 5,000. Like the whole country went on that football game just to just to like they can't they couldn't go outside. They didn't have any games, so in like the whole sport life stopped. So that was the first sport event. So it was a really big deal, and it was the two best football clubs playing against each other.
Right.
So like it was Partizan and Red Star Belgrade. So
That's awesome.
like they need the it was full. It was packed. And like last weekend, actually this weekend, like 2 days ago, I went to the city where the 3x3 league started. Like it was a third tournament uh, from Serbia 3x3 league. So I went there to watch my friends.
Look at you guys. So yeah, I was actually about you and not asking you another question. So basically, CBA, the Chinese Basketball Association, is pretty much going to resume its new season in the end of June. It's like this month. But the new policy will be, no spectators, and they pretty much like, play against, in an open stadium without any, audiences. So how do you feel, the shift of the sport itself? Pretty much like, it's pretty new and pretty different way of playing sport as before. So how do you feel about the change? Do you think it's gonna be like the new as in the future?
Like it's gonna be for me personally it's gonna be really different because like actually we are still playing in front of the people.
Right.
Like 3x3 is like outside sport. But for CBA guys, like they like get used to it to play in front of the crowd in the gym. Like I think there is no that is not the good for players because like and for the crowd as well. Like I understand like you still need to have some measurements and all that, but like like players get used to play in front of the crowd and those games are played because of the crowd.
Right. Yeah.
So like I don't see much point in playing outside with no crowd. Like
Right.
those circumstances are totally different. Like so,
I feel
but
that.
if the city, so let's be so.
Yeah, but they're still playing for the TV broadcasters. They're still going to be broadcast in the national TV. So
Yes, but yes, yes, I understand that, but like, like the players, like I'm talking for me personally, like I get used to play in front of the crowd, and I would be sad if there's no people watching us. Like,
especially during the moments like when you made the game-winning shot at the SGL 2019.
yes, exactly.
That sudden death, in overtime, definitely need more people to watch it and chant for you. Yeah, feel you, man. So yeah,
Yes,
jumping now to another.
I play like I enjoy to play in front of the people, and I don't see much, point to play in front of like the nobody, like in front of the cameras.
Yeah.
Like there is
Yeah, they're dead silence.
That's not that.
Right. Cameras won't chant for you. Cameras won't applaud or yell for you. Okay.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah. Yep. So jumping to another question, just pretty. We're just curious about your opinion regarding some, public issues, public matters. So the Black Lives Matter movement, was going all over the world, and are there any protests happening in Serbia? So jumping to another question, just pretty. We're just curious about your opinion regarding some, public issues, public matters. So the Black Lives Matter movement, was going all over the world, and are there any protests happening in Serbia? Or did you participate in any, demonstration?
Uh, Serbia, in Serbia right now, not like it wasn't at all protesting here, but like we are, like I know a lot of people, and me included, that like really, really are for that protest. Like we support like that Black Lives Matter because like like it doesn't matter what color you are or like where you're from or like what religion you are. Like we're all like human beings, and we should all be treated like the same.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's why a lot of people also, are kind of like advocating like all lives matters instead.
People have to speak up about it. Like that is not a small issue. Like that is a serious issue,
Right.
especially in America. So I'm happy that people finally like speak up.
Yeah. So as many people think the virus was from China and blame it for spreading in the world. So the Chinese communities in Serbia like suffer from any criticism or racism.
No, no, I don't think so. Like in my like environment and like in the news, like nobody speaks about it. Like what happened. Like you cannot like and especially people in Serbia, like Chinese people in Serbia are not like like they're not it, the virus didn't happen because of them. It happened because of 2 or 3 persons like that were like they were not thinking straight or whatever. Like I don't know why.
Nothing is red eating
I'm
bad.
not I'm not gonna I'm not gonna judge anybody about that. Like what happened happened. Let's deal with it. Let's go forward. Let do like by judging people, like you will not accomplish anything but like negative effects.
Yeah, I mean, thanks for sharing that about man. That means a lot to us. Yeah, I mean, especially for our Chinese communities abroad, not only in the U.S. but also in the Europe. Many people, especially for Chinese communities, like they were like criticized and they were like suffering a lot, from the racism, and they were kind of like pushed down in the streets and they were bullied. I mean that's so terrible. But I'm glad you're sharing like the story and what's happening in
For me
Serbia.
personally, and for like majority of people that hang out with in Serbia, like, we're not thinking like that. First of all, China helped us a lot. You gotta have that in mind. all the time. Then like it wasn't the whole China. China is the largest country in the world. There is like a billion and a half people, or I don't know how many. Like you
1.4
guys already
billion.
have a lot
Yeah.
of people there. So, like, it's not like all Chinese people guilty because of the virus. Seems like two of them, maybe one of them, maybe three of them, or whatever. Like it's not like you cannot judge. Like it just like it's not fair. Like it's for me personally that is a bad way of thinking. That is a
Right.
nasty way of thinking. That is not right way of thinking, and I will never think like that. Like
All right. Appreciate your thoughts, man. Okay, so jumping on, next questions. So which NBA player you like the most? Like, who's your, GOAT player, great of all time, player? Have you grown up, like watching Kobe Bryant? What is his death mean to you?
yes, of course. Yes, yes.
Okay, so jumping on, next questions. So which NBA player you like the most? Like, who's your, GOAT player, great of all time, player? Have you grown up, like watching Kobe Bryant? What is his death mean to you?
Yes, of course. Yes, yes. His mentality and his work ethic was on another level. Like I think I think many people, like majority of people, say that Ron is right next to MJ. I think Kobe is next to MJ.
Kobe next to MJ. Okay. Yeah, so definitely his
Yes.
death, his passed away definitely.
Probably because I said this. Even my friends from Serbia and the people who watch this will, like get and talk about what I said, and they will disagree with that. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, that's all right.
Like his work ethic, his mentality, and his clutchness and the leadership was the whole another level. So I really appreciate Kobe as a player and as a person. And I watched many interviews with him, and he was thinking, he was like his mentality, his mind was really something great. I even read his book when I was in the USA. I don't remember the name of the book.
Who's the better team?
Uh,
Tough decision,
I
right?
think
MJ's one.
MJ's one.
You watched The Last Dance?
Yes, of course, the whole 10 episodes. So
Yeah.
I watched
That,
like in Serbia was released. I think at the same time on Netflix as in the USA, and there was like 4 in the morning in Serbia. And I watched the both episodes every time it was released. So I went back to sleep like at like 6 every time every Monday. It was I think it was every Mondays, like every Monday at 4 a.m. was released, and every time I went to sleep late, and the whole Monday I'm not thinking straight. I cannot do anything.
but yeah, definitely. It seems like the MJ's like documentary like made you have that choice. Yeah, absolutely, no doubt. His impact, his achievements, were definitely quite influential for
Yes,
everyone, for all the basketball players.
definitely. I agree totally.
So if you're, going to make up the best 3-on-3 team, who will be on your squad? Personally, choose one. Any players from around the world.
Uh, I would say uh, Vasic from Liman.
Okay.
I would say uh, I would say uh, Kovacevic from my team,
Yeah.
and I
Goran
would
Vidovic.
say yeah, of course me, and and,
Who'll be the last
I
one?
would say I would say who I need a shooter. Oh, Steve Serve.
Okay. Steve Kerr?
Yeah. Steve Serve.
Ah,
The guy from Edmonton.
right. Okay, you got your squad.
or Stoic. Yeah, definitely. Maybe Stoic or Steve Serve. It depends. If Stoic is in his prime, like if he's not injured, like definitely Stoic. If he's like if he's not ready for the season, I'll take Steve Serve.
All right, all right. Hope that I'll pass on the message for sure. So, do you know
Yeah.
who are the on the Serbia thrown through basketball roster for the Olympics, Tokyo Olympics yet? Have you ever played with them? And
Uh, I I don't think they released that yet.
oh, okay,
I think they will wait for the season start and to see like I think they will take four best ranking players.
okay. Based on the
That's
ranking.
that's my opinion. Like
Ah,
yes, the four best Serbian ranking players. But like I'm not sure about that. Like they didn't say anything about that, so that's just my opinion.
okay. Okay. So, a few more questions. What was the most unforgettable moment or experience in the last season of Sina Through 3 Battle Tournament that you want to share? Definitely, I would guess, I would take a bet, you're going to say about the buzzer beater, the final sudden death shot. In addition to that, what else?
Uh, I think for me personally, the opportunity to play with Kovacevic.
Okay.
I never played him. I met him for that tournament, and we became like one of the best. He became one of the best friends of mine,
Wow.
and like me and he really understand each other on the court as well as off the court, and I'm really happy and glad for the opportunity to play with him. And he's for me personally, he's one of the best center in the overall players in the tour. So and he proved that like last year in I think in World Tour Prague, he he basically beat Lehman team. He scored 14, 15 points. He did the same with Princeton. So he's amazing. He's one of the amazing player and even better person.
Yeah.
So I'm really I don't have the specific situation, but like when I like like the restart the whole film and review the whole film from last season, I'm really happy that he entered like the team when I was on. So and that we will play together in the following season.
That's awesome, man. Well, thanks for sharing. Because definitely, we already, we have captured a lot of, images and photos, between you and Kovacevic. Like these,
Yes, and the,
you guys,
the
that brotherhood,
interviews and
the interview that we did back there. Well, that was
yeah,
fun. That was really fun.
yeah. Uh, hey, people, like it's a tough times. Practice social distance, and it's safe. Go on the basketball court and enjoy the game. Hey, 3x3 fans, I'm Goran Vidovic, and go claim your territory at the 3x3 Sina tournaments. Remain social distancing and please stay safe. Peace out.
Peace out, man. All right, appreciate your time. Really enjoy talking to you, and hope you're, continually having fun with your players, with your friends, and we look forward to seeing you in the future in China.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see you, man. I really enjoyed the conversation.
All right, man. Stay safe. Peace out.
You too.